Right, here we go. He's in. Gonna get him on the comms just so you can hear him. We got Dylza in, so give me a second, guys, and we'll get him all fixed up. There we go. You should be live now, mate. You're all ready, all set?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear yourself on the stream?
What's that? Yeah, I can see it. What's happening? What's happening?
There we go. There we go. We haven't we're waiting for some people to roll in. I think they got ads or something at the minute, so we'll give them a couple of minutes. But yeah, good to have you in, Dylan, mate. Good to have you in, bro.
Yeah, it's good to come in. You've been talking about this for months. I've been wanting to come in, so be good to have a little chat, see what's going on, see what's happening.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's been a rough few weeks, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, it's been busy, busy at work, but finally get some free time to chill out,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
do some bits and bobs. You've managed to play COD earlier, which is good. I haven't played that in weeks.
yeah. Also, this will be recorded for YouTube as well, mate. So it's gonna be good. So everybody can get a good look at it. For people that are working and whatever who can't make it tonight. Gonna be real good. So they got an ad break that's going to end in 2 minutes. So just relax. If you need to go and get a drink or anything, go grab one, dude. Um,
Got the stereotypical Iron Brew for the Scotsman.
that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, baby.
We like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. Need to get one of these tops, dude. Need to get one of them.
You know, I keep meaning to order one, and I just keep forgetting. I'll probably get one next month. I'm thinking for the new stuff that's happening in the clan. You got to celebrate. I don't know what's been released to the public yet, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yo, Maverick, welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Can you hear
Yo, my
everybody?
driller.
Maverick's in. We got somebody in the chat. Good.
I'll try and talk slowly for anyone that's not Scottish.
Yeah. So, hey, Mav, hope you're good, mate. Welcome in. So, yeah, we'll start in a second. We're just waiting on this ad break to end. I,
What is the ad? I've got the legendary orchestra performing something. What they performing? I don't know. It's flamethrowers. Looks kind of cool.
See, if they're watching back on YouTube, they won't get all this. They're going to be lucky.
Yeah. Oh, Sabaton, the legendary tour, Europe 2025. Damn.
So, yeah, so you know the drill with this. I'm probably going to drill you quite a few questions. Answer them as best as you can. Tell us about your experiences, what you've had, that type of thing, and how you feel about gaming and things like that. So you haven't got to worry too much. I mean, if you can't find an answer tonight, then you can say, "Oh well, I don't know right now," and you can say something, and then next time we come, you can elaborate more. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it too much. Just relax, enjoy it, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We've got 50 seconds, and then we can start, dude.
That's cool. I listened to about half of Niall's last week. Well, I listened to it last night,
Oh
but
yeah,
the one last week they're pretty good. I love that. I love that ginger Irishman.
oh he's great, isn't he? I'll just check in to
Yeah.
see if anybody in the chat coming in. There we go. So yeah, we'll make a start in a second. I'm all raring to go. I've got my drink. I've actually switched to Ribena for a bit. Um, Old school kind of brand.
Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up drinking Ribena, and especially when it was cold, used to have it hot, like. And I even though
Hot
I
Ribena, yeah.
even though I have like Monster occasionally, and I got the Wraith packages, like from the box. What are these? I got one of these containers, and I fill it all up, and I haven't really used it for a while, but they are really good. So if anybody is looking to get a good deal, do check it out. We've got 10% off.
Mm. I saw they've got a new Terrifier flavour. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're always releasing good stuff, and that's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like Sneak, but I think they're better, to be honest. Anyway,
Yeah, I've tried Sneak. It's not. It's all right.
yeah. Oh, cheers for the follow. Take 'em out gaming. Appreciate you coming in, dude. Here now, sunshine. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, you just dropped in time. All the juicy bits are coming out now. How you doing? Welcome in. Right, we're going to make a start, guys. We got Dylza here, absolutely awesome AFA member, and he's going to be telling us about some of his experiences in AFA, some of the bits that he's been up to, and I'll be asking him questions and things. And if anybody in the chat has any questions and we think that it's relative, we'll ask him as well, or myself, and we'll go it. And we should be about an hour. That's it then. So anybody that misses it can watch it on YouTube. It will be live. I don't know when it will be. It'll be a couple of days after this. So all good. Right then. So Dilza, um, you've been a while in AFA now, haven't you? It's got to have been what is it?
Yeah, I
Got
think it was about October time. Yeah, so
fair,
yeah,
fair few
maybe
months, isn't
before.
it? It got to be a fair few
Yeah.
months. You've got to be touching about 3 or 4 months now, ain't you?
Oh, I think I'm a bit more than that. It must be. I think I'm about 6 or 7, maybe 5, 6 or 7, round about that.
Could be, yeah. Actually, I think it might. You might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
So,
It was like the week or two before Black Ops 6 came out.
yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
whenever that was.
Yeah, time goes so fast on it. So from your experience in AFA, would you go through the highs and lows? Obviously, I want to be fair. We've got to look at everything here. So, but obviously, starting off, what's the highs in AFA that you've found so far?
Hi, the best moment I've probably had in AFA would be when I first joined and we done the trials for the BO6 team.
Yeah,
And I remember when I got selected for like the AFA Ghosts, and that made me feel that was awesome. I was like, yes, sound, let's get cracking, let's get smashing. That was a couple of weeks of some good COD that felt played, and then it all kind of paid off at the end. And I was like, oh yeah, that's good. That's why I rejoined COD and gaming in general.
yeah, yeah. You found the trials pretty good, didn't you, and enjoyable?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was what was it, two free trials, and there was like 12, 13, 14 of us, I think. Like it was good crack. Done some free for alls, done some search hardpoint, all that kind of stuff, and it was just class getting to know everyone because that's the first event I've done as well. So I've got to meet all the people that I've played with so much since then.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we try and do a lot in our AFA, as you know, and we try and give everyone a fair chance that comes through. And we want to try and improve on our trials and stuff. But out of trials gone, how would you rate it compared to other clans that you've been in?
I think in regards to trials, I've tried for a lot of teams. I've played in a lot of clans over the years,
Yeah,
and it was definitely some of the most structured trials I've done. A lot of the time, it's just like, right, you jump on team A, you jump on team B. Let's see who wins. But I liked how that you had the different kind of game modes. You had the different training sessions. You added in the free for all, the search, the hard point. And for a guy like I hadn't played COD since 2019,
yeah,
so it was just good to like get involved, see what's happening. And COD was so much different. I mean, it's only been 5, 6 years, but the changes have been massive.
yeah. There's been drastic training changes in COD. Like when I used to play, it was just like. Well, I used to go back to the days when actually it was actually Kano in the chat now. We used to play Call of Duty around his house, and we used to just sit playing single player, and be the first person to get through the story without dying. So very often,
Yeah,
and things like that. And you look at it now; it's all multiplayer and stuff. It's advanced so far, and the graphics as well. It's amazing to see how it's moved on, but at the same time, we have so much problems with cheaters and things. It's not an even playing field like it used to be. And I find that as we go further forward, it's just going to get worse. But at the same time, it's still enjoyable to see the graphics getting more realistic. Before long, we're going to be wearing like a headset or something and see some of, you know what I mean? It's going to, the stuff that's
yeah.
come. And like you say about the trials, yeah, like I, when I look at AFA at the position we are now, I don't see us in a big position for esports at this time, but we like to try and put ourselves near to that so as we can get as close as it as possible. as we have a lot of steps to go through yet before we can get like a proper team and put them on a stage and go to LAN events because it, a lot of people are like adults and they have families and it's having that time to break away and do that. And I feel that, it's going to take time till we get to that stage, till we get some younger players in. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that you found that the training's gone well, and it wasn't like that long either. Because I feel like some trials go on for too long, like some go on for like a month, and I think that's too long to be honest. Fair enough if you got 1,000 or so much to go through, that's fine. But I find that you can kind of get the data of what you got and the players that you're looking for after a fair few sessions, really, if you know what you're looking for. Um, so yeah, um, did you find it easy at all, or did you find it quite hard?
Oh, I like to think I'm too humble to say I find anything easy. Nothing's ever easy. Eh, I enjoyed it. It was the hardest part. I think was just getting to grips with the game again because I think it was like a week after BO6 came out, something like that. I'd probably played max 10 games,
Yeah,
and you throw in Omni movement, you throw in the 12 other people that have been playing the game for 5 years straight. Well, I'd had a bit of a hiatus, and it was hard trying to like keep up, but while also show what I can do and work as a team because I was so used to playing like as a solo that getting
yeah,
that team game, getting that morale and getting that team building was the hardest part. But then I think once the teams kind of settled a little bit, then it got a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable.
yeah, yeah. That's that's really good. So I'm glad things went really smoothly for you and wasn't too much of a drag. Moving on. So you've been in quite a few tournaments, I believe, right? So if you could tell me about what you've been in and things like that, a bit about yourself, then that'd be good.
Uh,
Let people
yeah.
know in the chat and that.
So to go back, I've been playing video games for years and years. God knows how much. I
Yeah,
think I got a Nintendo DS when I was about 7 maybe,
yeah.
and I just fell in love. Like video games wasn't something that I grew up with. I was the first kind of member of my family that kind of played video games. I got the DS, I got Pokemon White, and
Oh
I was
wow.
just fell in love. And then from that, I kind of moved on, and I think I must have my first console was Nintendo Wii, which I had Black Ops 1 on, and I had like the gun that you could put the controller in.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, and
remember
I'd like
that.
run
That'd be
about
good.
playing free for all on like firing range and stuff. And I remember like jumping about my room, having the time of my life. And then a few years later, I got PS3. I got PS3 when Modern Warfare 3 came out. So what was it, 2011 maybe? 2010, something like that?
Yeah, it's got something like that. I lose track of dates.
And that's when I first started. I'd always played a lot of sports. Like my family was all football. My papa, he trained and coached for professional football teams. My brother, he coached for the Scottish Football Association. So I always had that kind of sports competitiveness in my family, and I think that kind of grooved me to go more towards the competitive side. Like I played NW3. I wouldn't have been good. I would have been like a 1 KD, maybe 1.1 KD player. And I remember it was the MLG days. So when you had to like hingy all your games on MLG, and you
Yeah.
didn't have party chats, so you had to like phone your mates on your little BlackBerry and all that, and
Oh
just like
wow.
running scripts against different people, like different groups, and running little tournaments. And I just remember like fought pretty much, and I didn't know at the time, but I look back from where I am now. I think that's when I kind of first fell in love with like competitive gaming. It would have been on Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. I think I started playing a lot of Call of Duties, but my favorite was probably the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, the one where you had Creek, Overgrown, and
Yeah,
Strike, Crash. The original classic. I think that was
yeah,
that was the ultimate favorite for a lot of people. I think, um,
yeah,
and obviously Black Ops 2 was the best. Um, I love Black Ops 2.
yeah.
Um,
It was a great game.
So you've been in quite a few tournaments. How well do you reckon you found them? Did you find them quite challenging?
So some I've done really well in, some
Yeah,
I've done absolutely bad in. my most recent tournament I played in the Inter-Services
Yeah.
tournament, which is like it's a tournament within the armed forces.
Right.
It was
Okay.
for
Yeah.
Rocket League, so like you have you have teams from the Royal Navy, you have teams from the British Army, and you have teams for the Royal Air Force.
Yeah.
And I went into that with like two boys that are also in the Navy with me, and we played it, and we got put out in the second round. But that was like the first like proper competitive gaming I'd done in maybe 3 or 4 years. And even though we got put out in the first round, it was so great. Like it got streamed and everything, and there was casters, and it's just like points like things like that that make you like fall in love with it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was
and
just
then I
looking.
played in the EU league with
Oh yeah.
AFA.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
with pricing that, and that was good. That was good. There was ups and downs. It was it took a while for the team to gel, but the games we did play, I think we played really well, and it was good. It was good fun getting to play competitively again, and it's something I look back on and think, yeah, that was a good couple of months. That
Yeah. I always find that with competitive play, you're either going to learn or you're going to hate it. It's one or the other.
yeah,
Some people are obviously enjoying it as well, but the thing is, everyone's got to be on the same page, and the rules have got to be there. Like if there's any suspicious stuff going on, it's got to be dealt with. Otherwise, it ruins it for the whole lot. So for me, for it to be competitive, the structure needs to be there, and if the structure's not there, people are not going to enjoy it. I love the EU League. I think it's a great little setup, but there are tweaks that need to be made there. Unfortunately, so I feel like there's a lot of leagues out there that the AFA could enter potentially with the talent that we've got. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I think
yeah,
I
definitely seen.
what's that?
Sorry, on you go.
Go on. What was you gonna say?
I was seeing like obviously I've just been kind of quite passive the last couple of weeks while the new trials not been going on. I've been watching the new people come through.
Yeah,
Even played a few games with a guy, Visions, I think his name was. I played
yeah,
this
yeah.
afternoon. Bloody brilliant at the game, and it's just like you see the people coming through, and you think, yeah, these are the people that you can get on the AFA team and can help move the team to that next level.
I think I think a lot of clans have clear cut favourites, and we try and like give everybody a fair piece of the pie here. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you can't have favourites when it comes to competitive. You got to pick the players that are in form and are ready to go for it. Otherwise, you're not really getting the best out of your selection. Like it's not hard to identify who's good and who needs work and etc. It's harder to break the news than anything, but when you're trying to like get competitive players, I feel that a lot of people do pick favorites, and that's where you make a mistake. They don't look at the fundamentals of what those players can offer in a game. Just because they might not be that good, they might be able to offer some map knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Which is what the team may need. So it depends what kind of mix you're going for. It's like a recipe when you're making a cake. If you add too much milk in or not enough flour, you can mess it up. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them really. Um, I don't know if you agree, but like you've been in a lot of tournaments, you've been with teams, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been with quite a few teams. I've played that. I've done a lot of like actual competitive, especially with Call of Duty World War Two.
Yeah.
That's where I played most of my competitive games. Played in a bunch of leagues, played in a bunch of tournaments. Managed to win quite a fair chunk of money as well, which was good.
Oh,
Playing in
nice.
like fives, tens, we even won a few £20 entry tournaments and that. And you're like, we just the all the players. I was only 17 at the time,
Yeah.
so I had so much free time to play, train the game. I had a summer job as a lifeguard, so I'd go to work, come back,
Yeah.
play COD all day, all night. Go to work, come back, play COD, and then the other people in the team were the same. And just the thing is, when you as you get older, it's so much harder to kind of stay in the competitive scene because you get real life responsibilities, you get real life
Yeah.
jobs, and you're just like it's just trying to like. That's why I kind of had to step back a few months ago from the AFA team because I didn't have the time to be able to put as much energy into training as other people could have, and I saw it as a bit unfair because like these people are putting all the hours in there, and I just can't put that kind of time in. So it wouldn't be fair for me to take a spot that maybe in a couple of weeks I wouldn't be able to attend when there's one person training, playing hard, really wanting that spot, and then they can go on and show what they're made of and give them that chance.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, you did the right thing, and like this is what I'm trying to tell like a lot of the people that come in that it doesn't matter where you are in the team, whether you're a main four or you're a sub or you know you're as a reserve waiting for that spot to be free. You're still a valuable asset to AFA and everybody there. You know, and like I'm sure you can say by being in tournaments that you got to have an open mind when you join these teams that you might not get the best pick out, you know what I mean? And you might have to be a sub. And I know it does feel like quite rough to have that position to be a sub and be watching on, but also at the same time you're learning. So you have it as a learning experience. But there's a few people that we've had that are on the bench that really need the game time, which it
Yeah.
can affect your game time. But I mean, I'm sure you agree, right? But I was having a chat with one of the lads in AFA before. I was saying that you've got to respect everything where you are in a team, whether it's you're a captain, vice captain, or you're in the main four, or you're a substitute. You have to respect that, right? You can't just say, "Oh, I don't want that position." You've got a valuable position there that could be taken by anybody.
It's the same, like, when it comes to sports,
Yeah,
unless you're doing something like javelin, sprinting, running, it's a team game. You're not gonna win playing yourself. It's not free for all.
that's right. If there's no I in team, do you know what I mean? You're working together, and sometimes those people on the bench that are subs can usually make an impact on some games when the others are not in form. So do you know what I mean? Because it happens. Like people might miss a practice, or a training session, and then you might have to get someone off the bench that's hitting targets a bit better. So so yeah. Anyway, moving on. So that's a competitive training, but you also play Rocket League, don't you?
Yeah, I'm really I've played Rocket League since it kinda came out,
Yeah,
but I've just really found it's so fun to play competitively. I got the chance to play for the Navy team,
yeah,
and I just thought this is class. Like I'm not the best by any means. I went into that in services tournament, and I was the lowest rank out of everyone there. But it just like I watch like the RLCS guys, and there's so much skill and so much ability, and it's the game I'm having the most fun with at the moment. And I think you need to play the game you're having the most fun with, or you won't enjoy gaming as a whole.
yeah. I agree. So so you played the tournament. You said you really enjoyed it, didn't you? You really liked
Yeah,
being
it's
part
really
of.
good.
So tell us about it. Do you have to pay to get in? How's it all work?
No, so it's just it works, and you can enter any amount of teams as you want. You'll just have to be like Ministry of Defence
Yeah,
personnel essentially. So I think that the army entered four teams, the RAF entered 6 teams, and then the Navy entered 2 teams.
yeah,
So the way it works is there's a minor tournament every three every 3 months. It's like an online LAN tournament. So you'll go on, you'll play. It's just like your standard like American esports, like your winners bracket, losers bracket, winner takes the trophy kind of thing. And then where you finish gives you points.
yeah,
And then when you get to December, they have a major, which is normally it'll be LAN. So last year it was in Sunderland. I never got the chance to attend, which I was really gutted about because I was invited, but I never got the chance to attend. And pretty much the top 8 teams that finish
yeah.
will get invited to go play in that major tournament, which is where you have the chance to win like a cash prize, a trophy, and that's where like guests and viewers can go and watch. You can have, I'm not going to say fans, you can have friends and stuff come watch you, and it's just like it's 2 days of just people going, playing competitive video games and having the best time. So that's what we are a team are aiming for. We're aiming to get in that top 8 so that we can get ourselves to wherever it is. It's not been announced where it's going to be this year, and get ourselves in for a chance of the title.
That's pretty good, man. So do you
Yeah.
travel? Do you travel all over the UK, or is it go abroad, like to Europe and stuff?
So there's four events a year. Three
Yeah.
of them are online LAN, so you do it from your own home essentially. But they do have like a summer tournament, which is run by I believe it's the German military.
Okay.
So you get the chance to fly over there. compete against their military. They invite a bunch of like NATO countries. So if they have Rocket League teams, they'll invite them. So it'll be like Germany, Sweden, Belgium, Britain, Spain, anyone who like is part of NATO but sends a team,
Yeah.
and you can like play it for like a big trophy and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like it's like 5 days, I think. I've only been told about it, but it sounds amazing. It sounds really good fun.
Oh, amazing. So, do you have to be in the army to enter, or can you be any like civvy or public at all?
Yeah. So it's only open to military personnel, but it's not just like Navy, Army, uh, RAF. You can also be like so you can work for companies that contract for the Ministry of Defence, or the companies that build like say ships or build bases or stuff like that.
You know, get to play Russia.
No, I don't know. I don't know if they'll turn up. They might be a bit busy.
Yeah, might be a bit busy.
Yeah,
Ain't got a rocket team yet.
I know, but they've been practicing with their drones, so there's
Yeah,
a good chance that they're pretty good with the flying cars.
yeah, probably. Be entering next season.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's really good, man. I've played Rocket League quite a few times. I know that Fluky has. It's just come in the chat. He's played a few times. It's quite a good game. It's like football with cars, isn't it? You know, for people that
yeah.
haven't played it. Um, it is free, isn't it? It's free to try.
Uh, I think it. Yeah, I think it came out at like I think when it came out in 2016, whatever it was, I think it was like £10 maybe. But then I think it went free to play about 5 years ago because Epic Games bought it
Yeah,
and they put it free to play.
that's brilliant. Yeah, Fluky has just put. Yeah, it's free to play. He enjoys it. He does. If you ever
Yeah,
want a game with Fluky and he's around, he is a bit hard to get hold of. But yeah, he's in the AFA, by the way. He's in the chat room and
yeah.
stuff. It was his birthday not long ago. I hope you had a good birthday,
Oh,
Fluke.
bro.
So yeah, he's a good pal. He lives in Birmingham, so he's not too far away. Um,
That's where I'm going this weekend for the Rocket League Championship.
yeah, there you go. Oh, I wonder if Fluke is entering.
Yeah.
You want to enter? Go and try it out. So you going to the bull ring? Is it this weekend?
I think it's the SEC Arena.
Oh right, yeah, not the
I think it's
NEC.
there. I went there. I was down in January. I went to the National Running Show, and it was in there. And I think that's where it is. But I always go through the Bull Ring. I love the Bull Ring.
Yeah,
It's so good for shopping.
that's going to be good, man. Is it so? Did you know roughly how many is attending there this weekend?
Oh, it's like your CDL version of Rocket League. So I think there'll be thousands. I think there's 8 teams, but it's like professional teams. It's like NRG, Luminosity, uh, teams like that. So it's like one of the like major tournaments for the RLCS season. So it should be good. But I reckon there'll maybe be 10, 15,000 there, I'd imagine.
Oh wow, that's good, isn't it? So
Yeah.
in the chat, Kane was just saying that's the old LG Arena. I think that's right, isn't it? The old LG Arena.
It's bloody huge. I remember I went to the National Running Show and it took me like I went in the front door and
Yeah,
it took me about 15 minutes just to walk to the pit that the show was at. And
yeah,
I was amazed by how it was like an airport.
yeah. Fluke has just confirmed it. He's from Birmingham, so we know all the news. So yeah, it's going to be good. Oh, wish you the best, man. Honestly, wish you the best in that. And that the right one, 8 o'clock now. Got half an hour left, so I'll run off some questions with you so we can see how well you like AFA. So we've covered a few good points in the AFA. So what do you feel that AFA lack? Like, be honest. I mean, be critical. Do you know what I mean? We want to know. So with this obviously being AFA live podcast exposed, you know, say what you want. You can complete freedom, so everybody knows what's going on. I don't care how bad it is, how good it is. This is just literally, off, rip the band-aid off, rip it all off,
Yeah.
and just say it how it is. So on your view, how do you find it? Like, is it, do you find it too quiet? Do you find it too busy? Anything you can think of. Let everybody know.
So yeah. So oh, got myself in trouble here.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
So I think there's good points and bad points. It is I will say before I maybe start saying some negative things. It
It's
is the
okay.
most organized, amazingly set up clan. Like the rank system, the server, all that is absolutely amazing. You and the guys that have created that should be proud of yourselves because it's a really really good bit of kit. That was the first thing that once I joined, I was like, "Oh, this is sick! Like I've never seen anything like this before."
Yeah,
I think at the moment we're really struggling with activity in the clan, which I think is we've spoke about it in meetings and stuff, and that's just
yeah,
something we need to work on.
yeah. I
I
agree.
think yeah, this I think social media needs to we need to have a little think about social media because I feel like we have TikTok, we have YouTube, but I done a little bit of marketing at college, and I think we're really missing out on a good recruitment chance and a good chance to reach a wider audience, which I think is what we need in order to start building the brand, getting teams in bigger leagues, getting sponsorships, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's not so much a bad thing. It's just something that we can work on as a team.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I think that over the period of time of we've had so much stuff we've been working on, we miss out
Yeah,
on some valuable areas, which like um recruiting. It's a big thing in for gaming, like
yeah,
getting people into play, fresh people that can join other people. Everybody has commitments, and sometimes the numbers drop because say five people join and those work, then you need another five people. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
to fill those shoes, so you always got to have some kind of like rotation going in. And I like you say with the socials, you need to be posting regular and have those in. So I think I think it's going to come that we're going to need to have a team that can help post and stuff and have content, whether they send videos for us to use that are edited. 'Cause
yeah.
you edit videos a bit, don't you, as well? So
Yeah, I done film and broadcasting when I was at college
oh
back when I
yeah,
was 16, and that's where I done like marketing, done a bit of social media, done video editing, done filmmaking, all that kind of stuff. So I've got not I was only a HNC, so it's not like I've not got a degree or anything, but it was good experience. It was a good year of there was good bits about the course and bad bits about the course, but like the video editing I've always enjoyed doing that. I've
yeah.
just never like actively done it.
Yeah, it'd be good to you to test out your skills and do it. And I think it'd be
Yeah,
good to have you part of that because I do a lot of editing. And I haven't got the time to do everything, as you know. It's hard, isn't
yeah,
it, when you put everything on yourself? And
yeah,
it'd be good to have someone else to actually do it. I mean, we have got other people that do edits in AFA. It's just with them having family and work, etc. It's very difficult, to juggle that. But yeah, man.
yeah,
Sponsor wise, we are sponsored by Wraith, as you can see,
yeah,
and we are sponsored by I think it's Forever Grips or something like that. Yeah, Forever
yeah.
Grips, and you can get grips
I
for
mean, I
you.
meant to message you about that actually. The link on the server doesn't actually work anymore to Forever Grips.
Really?
It's like you click on it and it says the web page is like the shop page is shut. Yeah, I done that. I actually clicked on that yesterday, so I went to have a look at the Wraith, and then that popped up. I meant to message you, but I just completely forgot.
I don't know if Forever Grips have ended because I've if you haven't noticed, I've stopped putting them on certain things. I was unsure. I think you might have pulled me up there because I needed to check that because I remember last time I went on, I think I had the page do the same, and I thought, oh, it's my internet. But I think you could be right.
Yeah,
I think you could be right. I think there could be something going on there. So I'm glad you brought that up. Like I say, say what you want to say. I'm quite happy to have this open discussion. Do you know what I mean? So anything else?
yeah.
Is there anything else that you've found in AFA that you found that's good or bad?
Like I said, there's the group of bods that we get together to play these events are so active that in the chat you if you go on after the working day about 1600,
Yeah,
1700, there's always going to be someone in the chat in the comments, which is good because there's one of the biggest things I think is a lot of gamers are so like self isolated. A lot of them suffer from anxiety,
yeah,
self-consciousness, stuff like that. And I think just getting into a group where everyone shares the same interests, everyone likes Call of Duty, everyone likes gaming, and
yeah,
and being able to speak to people, I think is so good for like the wider gaming community as a whole. Because the gaming community get a bad rep, they always have. It's on the up. It's always been a lab. I've
yeah,
been part of the gaming community. God, no, probably over 12, 13 years old on some of the kids that are going professional in Fortnite,
yeah,
and it's definitely going up and it's definitely being more understand. But I do think there's a lot of people in that kind of demographic that need people to speak to, that need the chance to socialize on comms, and I think AFA does that amazingly because there is always someone. It's not me, it's you. If it's not you, it's Emily. If it's not Emily, it's Niall. Like there's always someone there willing to listen, have a chat, have a laugh, and just enjoy gaming for it is because especially competitive gaming, it can be hard, it can be tough. There are times where you'll finish a game and you'll think, "Oh my god, I'm absolutely drained." But then having that someone that's just chatting away, it makes the experience so much better, especially if you're playing a co-op game.
Yeah, I agree. Also, thanks Visions for the gifted sub. Appreciate you coming in, dude. Welcome in,
Hey, bro.
our newest member in AFA, and hope you hope this will be your new home, dude. We really do. Um, so yeah, like you were saying, it's always good to have people in comms. I've always said that sometimes people prefer a voice to speak to than keep texting. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, with
Yeah,
messages, you can misread messages, whereas if you're in comms, you can talk it through, and people don't get confused. It's just a lot better, really. I don't think the sounds work. Visions, unfortunately. Sorry, dude. He's there for use the Darth Vader. So yeah, appreciate that. So yeah, we've been through Rocket League. We've done the bit on AFA. Recruitment definitely needs to be a must. We need to improve our socials. Um, so yeah, you've gone through all your tournaments and stuff, and you were saying that you really enjoyed doing that. Um, is there any games in the future you would like to see in AFA that maybe not there
any
now?
I'm so behind on competitive games. I'm still like I mean, I talk as if I'm old and bold. I'm 25, but I'm so stuck to like Call of Duty. That's
Yeah,
like the competitive game, Rocket League. There's so these games coming out like Marvel Rivals, uh, like Fortnite, all these kind of new games, and you just think there's you've got these like kids, 12, 13 year olds coming through, and they just absolutely smash it. And you jump in a game, and you're getting destroyed by a 12-year-old, and you're like, just gonna go back to COD.
yeah,
But I think there's definitely games. I think Marvel Rivals is the big one. That's the only use the word fad. Hopefully it's not a fad because I love the concept. I loved Overwatch and I love Marvel. I've still not played the game yet because I've just not had the chance. Yeah, I think that'd be quite good. There's all I've seen a bunch of events on like Start GG and that. There's always events running for Marvel Rivals. Uh, I don't. I played a lot of Destiny 2, but I feel the thing Bungie missed with Destiny 2 is the competitive scene. I just know it was never there. It wasn't supported. I
yeah,
think if it had been supported, they tried it in Destiny 1 and it worked a little bit. I played a lot of Destiny 1 competitive because the only thing is you have Trials of Osiris, which is
yeah,
your like your rank play, but it's like so because people have been playing that game for like 8 9 years. Like I mean, I played the beta for Destiny 1. I've been playing it ever since, but
yeah,
I've not had that consistency that some of these guys have had, and I just think games like that, like they had the chance. They might make it a new kind of be able to bring it back. But it might
yeah,
be a good game to see. But it's trying to anyone who plays the game seriously already has a team and has a clan. I think you're going to be hard to it's going to be hard to draw a crowd that's been situated for a game that's nearly must be about 10 years old now.
yeah.
Other than that,
It's running a bit dry, if I'm honest. Like
yeah,
old man plays it. Thank you so much for the sub, dude. He plays it quite a lot, and he comes in now and again. He's just reached his 5 year anniversary with AFA, which is fantastic. Like 5 years, like since he joined us back in when we were doing Division Two. You know, Tom Clancy's
yeah,
Division Two. We used to do raids together and stuff like that. Absolutely awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like 5 years. That's massive. Like I don't. There's only a few that are near that. Um,
yeah,
Radders has been in quite a while, and there's a few others. Um, but yeah, he plays it constantly, and he does like legendaries on his own. Do you know what I mean? And he's a fucking good gamer. Do you know what I mean? He don't mess about, and I gotta admire the guy. Do you know what I mean? He's like got to be well over 40, and he's smashing it out. And
yeah,
there's still a lot of skilled gamers, and it doesn't matter what your age is, you still got skills.
yeah.
You're still able to do it. But with the problem with Destiny 2 is they just keep adding DLCs, but they're not actually creating much for the actual game. That's the problem. You know,
There's only so many alien super being bosses that you can shoot.
that's it. And
Yeah.
the the constant farming as well. Like it's so
Yeah,
repetitive. Like it's like that in Division. You're just like constantly farming for what you want, and it's just an
yeah,
endless pit of cycling stuff to go through, and the RNG is terrible. Like it's probably a bit better in Destiny, but on I know on Division 2 was awful. You could get like a load of stuff from a after a mission, and like most of it is going to get scrapped because you can't use it.
yeah,
And I find that it has to be a grind, but I find that sometimes they take it too far. Like for a general guy that's going to be working quite a long periods of time, and he logs in, he's not going to be able to get the rewards like other people that can put every night in. And I find that that's a bit of a kick in the teeth, really.
yeah.
But um, but yeah, so I've been looking at Dune actually, Dune Awakening. I know it's PC only, but it looks really good. It resembles a bit of Destiny. I don't know if you've seen the series. I know Kano has, and he's been on about it to me. And it looks a really good game actually. It's open world. Have you seen it?
No, I've not actually even heard of that. I'll need to search that up because I watched the first Dune movie and it was great,
Yeah,
and I'm currently listening to the first audiobook. But no, I've never even heard of that. I'm going to Google that once we finish on the chat because
yeah,
that
man.
sounds quite interesting.
It looks really good. Honestly, I've got it on. I'm gonna get it. I don't know which one I'm gonna get yet because they got like the Ultimate Edition and you got Deluxe or something. As they
Yeah,
do. I'm not really too fussed about all the collectible stuff. I'm looking at the gameplay at the minute, so it depends what my budget is and what I can do. But I'm really looking forward to it because it's very open world. You can build your own bases, you can have your own teams and stuff like that. It's gonna go.
mm,
It's gonna go to console apparently, but we don't know what date it's going to actually be. Whether it's going to be this year or when it's going to be. There's no. It's
oh,
very grey.
made by the Conan team, Conan Exiles.
Yeah, it's made by them.
Is that what you mean? That's a brilliant game. Oh, if it's
Yeah,
that kind of game, I love the kind of games like Subnautica,
yeah,
Conan Exiles, Ark.
yeah,
Like, oh, that's you can spend so much time just getting lost in the worlds.
yeah. I think it's going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to that. That's definitely on my list. Obviously, we got GTA. We bring into AFA. Everybody will be on that. That's going to be a renowned seller. Um, obviously, online's not going to be out straight away. Everybody knows it's going to take a while for it to get developed, and servers will probably crash. But you're a big GTA fan, am I right?
Oh yeah, I've put not so much recently, but I've put a lot of hours into GTA 5.
Yeah,
I've played it on every console it's been out on. I've played online. Like I remember grinding, doing like drug businesses,
yeah,
doing just doing races and missions to try and get some money, trying to save up for the adder on that first year it came out. I remember like I was in that shows. I was talking about how old I am. It shows how young I am. I remember that I was sitting in school
yeah,
talking about when GTA 5 comes out. It's all we talked about for months and months and months. And it finally came out, and we all just like, oh, we put so much time in. I look back in times like that when I think about like gaming. And I
yeah,
think this is like golden era of gaming, especially as like a wee guy, just loving it up.
yeah.
Uh, I haven't played GTA since the Kyoto Island heist.
I haven't played it since they put like things that can fly around in the sky. It put me off. I
Oh,
was
that the oppressor, yeah, the motorbike.
like, I had people flying around. I was like, "What the hell is this? Is it like the Jetsons or something?" I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't like that. It's put me off. Like, I'm there in my sports car. I got this thing flying across. I was like, "Nah, ain't for me."
yeah.
I play like
I think GTA 6 will be definitely be such a good catalyst to getting for recruitment, getting people in community nights.
it's based
Like you
on
could easily run one, two community nights on a week.
Florida, from what I understand, by the areas and flamingos and various parts, and with the crocodiles and things. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool because like I've not been there, so be able to go out there on the game. Kind of fun.
Yeah, I was in Florida in December,
Oh,
but I
really?
never really explored. I was just transiting through because me and my girlfriend were going on a cruise,
Oh,
so we
yeah.
done one night in Florida. And I mean, I wouldn't say I got the full Florida experience. I never saw any alligators. I never saw any naked men running about on top of cars. So I'll need to save that for when GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it. We'll adventure that in GTA, hopefully. Walk a crocodile across the street or something, never know.
I've
Yeah,
just saw. who's it? Kano says Saints
Yeah,
Row was the one back in the day. Is absolutely bang on the money there. That was a fantastic game.
yeah.
Saints Row 2, Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3 is one of my top 5 games of all time.
I've put
Brilliant.
I've played 1 and 2. 2 was really good actually. I liked 2.
Yeah.
I played 3. I thought that was quite good as well, but I think 2 was the best for me personally. I just found that like they just had it perfect, like with the death row kind of like jail and everything. It was mint
Yeah.
having to escape. That was good. That was, and like they had some funny bits in there, especially when you had the pimp cars and stuff like that.
The
Yeah,
Penetrator. I remember running about with that.
yeah, that's funny, wasn't it? They had that in GTA, didn't they? They had a one
Did they? I must have missed that one. That might be quite recent.
in Vice City. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in Vice City. You had it. It was funny. There was one where pizza job as well, and that was quite a funny one to do in
Mm.
GTA on Vice City. There's quite a few with Vice City that stood out for me. I think Vice City was one of the top GTAs apart from San Andreas that really were out
Yeah.
there. But yeah,
I'm
Saints
gonna throw
Row.
an unpopular opinion out.
Go on then.
So I think GTA 5 is the best GTA, and I think the second best GTA is GTA Chinatown Wars.
Reckon. What's the chat think? Their view. See what they say. Also, drop it in the comments below. Whatever what you think. So yeah. Um, didn't know Danny Dyer's voice was in GTA. No, I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
maybe we'll find out more after. Oh, recently. Oh, right. Okay. So yeah. San Andreas for you, flute. Yeah. So obviously everybody has this in their games. Sometimes streams. We have a lot of hate, don't we? In streams, gaming today, uh, and like some people witness it. Like I've witnessed hate, and I've had it. I said it in the last podcast. I've had quite a lot of hate towards me because when you try and run something, they don't always have a go at like somebody else. There's always a top person that never have a go at someone else. And I always found that I was quite fair, but like, how do you deal with hate? And do you find it that I'm quite fair with people, or would you say that I can be quite blunt? Be honest.
Eh,
you know, uh,
I don't think I've not experienced it that much
yeah,
in AFA. Like I say, I've only been in AFA a little time, and I've only been on the kind of management side for even less. So I've not. I remember like there's been a few instances of since I've been in. I remember stuff going wrong, but I think it all comes down to a good leader needs to be able to adapt to different situations.
yeah,
Some people you need to be blunt to, some people you need to be rude to, some people you need to explain, and some people you need to mollycoddle. It's just people are different, and
yeah,
it's realizing that bit is when you get to the point where someone is actively trying to hurt, or not so much like me as myself. If someone was trying to like abuse me, hate me, like I don't care what people think about me. I don't really I'm not bothered about that. So people can say what they want. I'll be like, yes, sound, see you later. But it's like when they're actively going it for other people, I think that's when you just have to be like, yeah, that you're done, you're out, see you later. Sometimes that kind of stiffness and that bluntness you need.
yeah. I find that I try and be as fair as I possibly can to a point where if people kind of push it, then you need to have that backbone to say, look, enough's enough now. This is your last chance. And at the end of the day, you're trying to keep people safe in a community and also be fair to everyone else. Like if it was like your friend or family, would you give them like three or four chances? You know, you know, if it compared to a normal person. And I've had to kick friends out of AFA. I've had to kick, I haven't had to kick family out of there, fortunately. I think there's only my brother that's in there, but he doesn't even talk. So
Yeah,
that's fine, but like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that I'm about 8 on strictness. Like you got to have a lot of strictness when it comes to a community if you want it to run properly. Because if you are kind of like too laid back and you're too chill, you kind of find things don't go that smoothly, and a lot of people try and upset the boat, and that's when you have problems. And to reduce those problems, you need a good team behind you as well as someone making those decisions. And sometimes, we have to make the decisions that we don't want to make, where we have to get rid of people.
Yeah,
And I find that hate is massive in this community, and some people don't realize what they're doing until it's reached past that point. And like, there's been a couple of occasions where people take jokes way too far, and they don't realize how it can hurt people. And sometimes you have to just step in and say, look, can we just call it now or time them out? And I think in this generation of people that are game, I don't know if you found it, but a lot of people get offended too easily now. Not as tough skinned as what they used to be. Everyone's so soft. Like, if you swear at somebody online, you literally got a report or you're banned. You see it with Facebook. Do you know what I mean? You say like a
yeah,
nasty word on Facebook, you're banned for a week. You know what I mean? This is just like a small word online that you can just scroll past. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's crazy. Um, so yeah, I just find that the world's changing, and you've got to be a bit different to some situations. I never want to be like an idiot or a dick to anybody, but sometimes you don't realize how far you've gone till it's too late, and the reactions of things. It happens, unfortunately. Um, I always apologize. Like after the day, if happens, because we're all human, we all make mistakes. But I do believe in running it as professionally as possible, so everybody gets the best out of AFA, and that's how you've got to be. Like Kano says, you've got to protect the brand. If you build something, you're not going to let somebody just like say what they want and do what they want and things like that, to a point where it's going to upset people and people are going to feel unrest. So I kind of feel like with the hate and that goes on in gaming, you have to kind of like put a bit of a protection on.
yeah. I think it's with like I'm quite biased because I've got that kind of military discipline where it's like it's like you fuck up and then you're done. You suffer the consequences. There's not like second or third chances. And I think sometimes some people take to that, some people don't. I definitely think you're right, and when you say that people are getting softer, people are getting softer. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I'd just say it's the world changing, and it's harder to change the way you are than to learn a way that you have not learned yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally agree. But when I was in division, I was really tough with strict, because like we wanted to have a set structure, and I was like, if this person's not going to be online within a week, I've got to remove them, because you only get 40 slots with a team, and if you linger about and you're waiting for them to reply, you could be waiting months, and
Yeah,
you need those slots to have those people in, because you want them to be part of the group. Because if anyone's not played um, Division 2, how it works is when you're in a clan, like a group that you make, you get experience points for playing, right? I don't know if have you played it at all?
I played the Division One for
Yeah,
about a few hours, but I know the Division came out at a time where I was just hyper fixated on
yeah,
Destiny.
yeah,
It was the same kind of
yeah. It's came.
same idea,
Yeah,
so I never kind of I did try it, but I would have liked it, I think, but I just never I just got was so hyper fixated on Destiny. That's all I wanted to play. I wanted to go home and play that, and that's just what I kind of put all my like time and training into.
yeah. It's a bit like Destiny in the city, but without skills and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, you get XP for like doing raids and doing various missions, and then you have challenges, things like that. And what'll happen is you have 40 slots for getting people in. You'll have like your captain, the like leader that runs everything. So like the owner, and they'll have like a star next to their name, and then you can create like you can promote people to various different levels, like lieutenant or vice captain and stuff
yeah,
like that. And we had a few higher ups, and we had a lot of recruits because we didn't want loads. And what we did is we found we had a lot of people that were just coming in and not being active. So we had to get rid of people. And I found that if you weren't strict enough, you're just going to end up a lot of people that were just sleeping that role, and they were just stagnant and they weren't going anywhere. And it was festering because the more people would get inactive because they could feel that it was if you don't act on it, they see it as you're accepting that. So you have to step on it and say, look, we don't accept you to be that inactive for that long. So we try and like enforce those rules a bit, and that's what I did. And I used to say to people like, if you are going to be like away, like you've got to go to hospital or you have to go to the army, do let us know so we can keep your spot safe. Because we try and like free up spaces that people aren't going to be active, or someone quits the game and don't want to play it again, then obviously that space is free and available. But we always try and be fair as best way. And I was so strict, I was just like you, straight cut, if you're not part if you don't want to be part of it, then see you later. If people start arguing with you, I say, look, you're going to keep arguing and not agreeing with what we're trying to do, then not on the same page as us, so you move them on. So I was very like that, but I find that sometimes you you got to have a tiny little weeny bit of softness in you, because like the way the world is now, it's just like they turn it round on you and say it's your fault.
Yeah,
Like I say, I've had my fair share of, it's your fault and messages and stuff. I still get it now and have to block people. It's just part of the course, of online. Everybody will get hate at some point. Everybody gets comments they don't that people say. It's the way the world is now, unfortunately. But it's how you deal with it, and that
yeah,
I don't know if you found it, but in AFA we kind of had that protection with the application form, like getting the right people in, and the modders that like Ryan and Beastman do a really good job of modding and looking after the community. I think they do an exceptional job, like trying to look over
yeah,
everybody
great.
and that. So that's why I find a lot of other clans are very open, like they'll drop their
Yeah.
link everywhere. So, what's your view on that? Do you feel that's a good move for AFA, or do you feel that we should be more open?
Me and you, we've spoken about this before. I think
Yeah,
it's good the AFA is closed off.
yeah,
It's good that you have to go through an application process. You all have to do all that kind of stuff. But I think, like we said before, I think having an external server that
yeah,
would be open, I
yeah,
think that'd be good for kind of filtering in potential team members. Like we've talked about doing open tournaments, all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And I like the idea of opening up AFA in that way, but I don't like the idea of opening up the actual clan because I think
right,
that's when your haters, your misogyny, all
yeah,
that stuff will come in, which you don't want it anywhere. So I think it's definitely good to keep the clan. The clan it's good. We've got people like Beastman. Beastman just looks like a bouncer. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
He was destined for that job.
He's a great lad, and
Yeah,
he doesn't live far from me, and he's always said like he's a great group, and he loves it. People cherish it once they get used to it. They start to like, this is really good. They
yeah,
like to give people a bit of freedom as well to do what they want to do. Well, it's been good
no,
having you on, bro. It's just after 8:30. So, is there anything else you wanted to add, or are you all good for the time being?
eh, no, not so much. Not to the conversation topics we've already spoke. I think we've had a good chat. We've spoke at different
Yeah,
things. We've definitely spoke about some good things. We've spoke about some bad things. Spoke to. I just love talking about games. I love talking
yeah,
about esports. Just like it's one of my passions.
yeah.
I would like to do a little announcement now.
Go
You
on
met.
then.
So if anyone that's in the Discord, mate, I saw a few messages that I've put in talking about a future event and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So just anyone who hasn't seen it, wait, once the Jackbox event's finished, there's going to be a little video posted in the general chat, and just keep your eyes on and get yourself. There may be a prize or two to possibly win, so it's definitely worth getting involved if you can.
yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. I don't know if everyone's in the AFA, but you know, that's going to be definitely good. Um, so yeah, I'll look out for that. Well, we're probably going to go and try and raid Niall if he live. Like I say, thanks for jumping on, Dylan. It's been great, mate. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll get you back on again at some point and do some more chatting and get back, see what else is going on, and it's good to have a member's point of view in the AFA. You know, like it's good that you got to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And no matter how good or bad, you're honest in the world, and that's the most key thing. Everything, every company, business, organization, community has good points, bad points that they need to work on. They always have various things going on, and it's good for people to come and see and hear. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. That's what I say. Exposed, anything goes.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, appreciate you coming on, dude. It's been a
that's
pleasure.
been good, mate. I'll
All good.
definitely be on again. I'm sure there's a few more conversation points we haven't touched on that we could talk about. I'm always willing to talk about video games for hours and hours and hours. So
Yeah, definitely, dude. And if you ever stream or anything, and you want to do a co-stream, always welcome. We're trying to get more streamers in and stuff.
yeah.
Awesome
No,
then.
I've had fun. It's been good. Enjoyed it. We've run over the time as well, which means we must have had a good conversation.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Right,
Uh,
well, check if Niall's still live. I think he is. We'll raid him.
let's go. Let's see what's happening. Well, I'll stay on for this, so will you still be able to hear me?
No, he won't get to hear you.
Damn. Ah,
It will be good though. Do you know what I mean? Thanks everybody that's come in as well. So if you stick around, we're going to raid Niall. Um, he's playing
thanks very
Jackbox
much, Ty.
Games.
It's been a pleasure.
Good man. Good to have you on as always. Like I say, we'll do it again definitely. Try to load
Yeah.
up so as we can raid him. Well.